A Diary of Mystic Art Apprentice. This diary is dedicated to a very unique individual. Justina, thank you. Everything written below is complete fiction and nothing here is true. Entr'acte. I have to interrupt once again, but this experience will benefit the story at a later stage. Part 5. The Mug. A number of years ago, I invited a friend of mine for beetroot soup spiced up with one-legged Mexican friends. As consuming beetroot soup might be quite challenging, we decided to eat it late on Saturday to have a full Sunday for recuperation and rest. Shortly before that night, I had received Brazilian incense from my dear friend living in Brazil. I had never tried them before, and I did not know what to expect. I cleaned the ceremonial space, which in this case was my kitchen, smiley face. I do understand the importance of proper preparation of any sort of ceremonial environment, so I did my best. I used a number of different techniques in the field of space cleansing, but what happened that day was something that I had not expected ever before. The space became sterile like in a hospital. Usually after cleansing procedures, the space would be filled with some sort of energy, whatever it is, the supernatural energy of beings widely known as protective ones, or the energy of plants used in the cleansing process, or the energy of elements encapsulating the ceremonial space. This time, it became completely sterile, like I just said, as in a sterilized hospital. The box of incense contained a picture of a widely known symbols, but I do not understand the meaning of the picture on this very box. Nevertheless, our ceremonial kitchen was up and running, and our stomachs were completely empty as we came well prepared. The consumption of traditional Polish beetroot soup began. My companion brought 3/4 kilogram of chocolate in case we required an emergency break. Our process began 40 minutes after our meal. Our blood pressure became mildly elevated, and gently feeling of nausea kicked in after about 30 minutes. As we began, the nausea was gone shortly after. Our moods improved, our understanding of each other improved, our integration with everything improved. I decided to direct the ceremony into focus and meditation. My friend, on the other hand, decided to go totally in a different direction and wanted to go into a good mood party mode. So we simply had a vivid discussion for, let's say, 1.5 hours, where I decided to feed him with loads of sweets, as his mood was going into the direction of party hard mode. So the whole experience took something like 3 hours, but the most important part was that when I noticed that one of our coffee mugs looked a bit different than the others, I approached our mug holder and I started having a conversation with the mug that you can admire on your screen through the whole video. After a couple of minutes, I decided that talking to a mug might not be the best idea, as I still was in full control. I looked at the mug for a number of minutes, and I was clearly able to see and feel a glow of white light, dominant with a bit of violet, mauve, lilac, maybe azure blue and pink, but mostly white light coming off the mug. At that very moment, I concluded that that was the only mug with a picture on it, so that was the reason it attracted my attention. But I saw it from a mile away. Something about this mug was attracting me to it. I was unable to explain the feeling, but there was something about it that was simply warm, spectacular, magnetic, and dissolving. Anyway, I got my friend back into operational mode with more sweets, sugar, and a couple of cups of warm tea, as it was cold outside. It was a winter night. Around 4 o'clock in the morning, I walked him home just a little bit, just to be sure that he's fully operational, and he'll be able to arrive at his place that at that time was around 3 kilometers away, so not too far. I walked the first 1.5 kilometers with him, so he could have managed another 1.5. The night was over. I had very little sleep, and I was very tired in the morning. But I asked my girlfriend about the mug, as I did not remember where we got it. This was the moment when I realized what I saw. She simply said, You got it off Christina, don't you remember? You got it for Christmas or birthday a couple of years ago. My lovely auntie and great friend Christina. She gave me the mug, full of unconditional love. Now I understand why both my girlfriend and my daughter use it all the time, and it is hard to get to it and drink from it. That's it. I understand. I finally understand.